We're heading home in all this heat and decided that going down the road, we really needed to rig the car up in such a way that we could sunbathe as we traveled. Now, what this amounted to was we filled the back seat of Ed's convertible with boxes, books, duffel bags, suitcases, anything that would support weight. And then we covered all of that over with a blanket. The effect was just like filling the back seat up with sand and then leveling it off. And when you put the top back on the convertible, right behind the driver's seat was just a level platform, even with the now top of the car. So here we have the car leveled off. We head out across West Texas, and about 10:30 in the morning, the temperature's climbing up into the 90s. We're starting to get hot and sticky in the car. The windows are down. Our hair's getting thick and oily, whipping and lashing around our heads. So I said, man, Ed, let's put the top back and get some sun. So we stopped the car, put the top back, and I crawled up first to sunbathe. I don't know if you ever sunbathed at 65 miles an hour or not. You don't get tan, but you get there in a hurry. And here we were, blistering across West Texas in the open air. Now, I'm lying up on the back of the car, and I discovered 2 or 3 problems. First, you had to keep your knees doubled up all the time. If you're on your back, you had to keep them doubled up, or you'd drag your heels in the wheel. If you're on your stomach, you had to keep them doubled up, because if you straighten them out and hit a bump, your knees went the wrong way. So I'm lying on the back of the car sunbathing, and when you got on Levi's with your knees bent in a high wind and hot, the back of your legs just gets soggy, all up in the knee, and it was just squishy soggy. And I was so uncomfortable. And on top of that, the sun is bearing down, and the wind is lashing and whipping, and your hair feels like it needs an oil change. And I'm fighting all this, and cars would go by and kick up little teeny pieces of rocks and gravel, and they go ricochet off my chest. So after about 45 minutes, I'd enjoyed all this I could stand. I decided it was time for me to get down. I did. Elmore decided it was time for him to get up. He did. He got up on the back of the car, folded his shirt neatly, and laid it between Ed and me in the seat and stretched out to sunbathe. After about 10 minutes, he discovered the same problem I did with the bent knees. Averitt decided he either had to quit or get out of those britches or something. He decided to get out of those britches. So Averitt says, hey, Nutt, scoot up. So he shoves me up against the windshield. He finally finds a swimsuit down in his duffel bag. He says, that'll do, sunbathe swimsuit. So he pulls his swimsuit out, pulled the seat back, and I ka-fonk back against the seat. Now, you see, I'm all relaxed, so I kind of put my arm up and twist in the seat to watch this. It's going to be comical, I could just guarantee you. Now then, Averitt's all ready, he gets his courage up and decides it's time to change clothes. So he gets up on his hands and knees and checks out the territory. Now, he's looking as straight and as far down the road as he can. Man, there's nothing out here. He looks all the way behind him, nothing. Just a few old oil wells nodding their heads. There's one old steer out there, and he isn't looking. Nothing but tumbleweeds and Hershey wrappers for as far as you can see. So, it's desolate territory, Averitt's moment, you see. So, he clears it out, takes a deep breath, grabs his belt, undoes his good dress pants, folds them neatly, lays them in the seat, grabs his swimsuit, puts one foot in, and then discovers a major problem. It's a jockey swimsuit, and he's wearing boxer shorts. So while I'm sitting here watching, Averitt decides that he's got to do something. He decides that he'll take off the underwear and then put on the shorts. So here's Averitt up in plain sight now, out in the middle of barren, bald, naked West Texas. So he gets up on his knees one more time. He checks out the road ahead. Hershey wrappers, all that stuff. And then he looks behind, nothing's behind. So takes another deep breath, hooks his thumb in the waistband, shimmies out of his underwear. He throws it in the floorboard in the front seat. He grabs his jockey swimsuit, puts one foot in. We topped a hill and went through Henrietta, Texas.